Welcome to the kitchen where we make everything but pasta. Today on the menu, we have Gulab Jamun, which is an Indian dessert and great for any occasion. So let's get started. Here I have 2.5 cups of skim milk powder, a half a cup of all-purpose flour. I've melted my butter here. I'm going to take 7 tablespoons of butter, a pinch of cardamom powder. I'm going to take a pinch of the Eno salt and 250 ml of 35% whipping cream. To make the syrup, we have 1 cup of sugar, which I'm going to mix with 2 cups of water and make a light syrup with that. So let's get going. So here I have a pot with 2 cups of water. I'm going to turn on the stove. Add a few strands of saffron. This is very optional. It depends whether you like the taste of saffron or not. I do like it, so I'm going to put a few strands of saffron and then add the 1 cup of sugar. And we're going to let it come to a boil. And while this is boiling, we're going to mix our ingredients for the Gulab Jamun dough. So we're going to mix into the skim milk the all-purpose flour, the cardamom, and a pinch of the Eno powder. Just give it a quick stir to mix the ingredients together. Just make a little well, and we're going to add 7 tablespoons of butter that we have melted, and also add the cream to the bowl. And now we're going to just use our hands to make the dough. You'll notice that the dough is quite soft, but if you let it sit for a few minutes, it will harden up. It's just the milk powder and the liquid will come together and harden up a little bit. So just let it sit for a few minutes and we'll go check on the syrup. So the syrup has been boiling for about 5 minutes. Let the syrup boil for a few more minutes on low heat until it just gets a little bit thicker. And we don't want it to get too thick because we want the jambus to be able to absorb the syrup. So we'll just give it another 5 minutes to cook. In the meantime, we'll start rolling the balls for the jamboo. So you notice that the dough has thickened a bit. It's still soft, but you can still make some the balls and put them on a plate, and then we'll fry them. Take about a tablespoon of dough to make the balls. It really depends on your preference. Some people like them small, some people like them a bit large. You can make them round, you can make them oblong. It really is dependent on your preference. I'm just going to make them round, and you make them about a medium size, 1 tablespoon per ball. When the syrup has thickened, we'll put it aside, and then we'll fry our jambus. And once the jambus are fried, we'll pour the syrup over the jamboo. And this might sound a little complicated, but just watch the recipe and you'll know what I mean. So let's get going. We're going to fry the jamboo in a wok. Once the temperature reaches about 320 degrees, we're going to start putting the jambus in there. We don't want to fry it on too high a temperature because otherwise the outsides will burn and the insides will not be cooked. If your jamboo has flattened a little bit, you can just re-roll them. So you can turn them once they've cooked on one side. It'll take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook per side. And you just want to make sure that you turn them so that they cook on both sides evenly. So once they're ready, we're going to take it out on a paper towel lined plate just to absorb some of the oil before we put the syrup in. We're going to put the jambus in a bowl that has a big enough base so that all the jambus fit on a single layer. And then we're going to pour our syrup over it. You want the syrup to still be very warm and the jambus also to be warm when you put the syrup on. This will help in the fast absorption of the syrup into the jambus. You can help the absorption by pouring the syrup over the jambus. But if you didn't do that, that would be okay as well. As it sits in there, it will absorb it. But I like to help it a little bit. You will notice that it will keep absorbing the syrup for up to 12 hours. But they're still ready to eat if you feel like having them right after they're made. There's nothing like a fresh jambu. So there you have it. Our homemade Gulab Jamun. A perfect dessert for any occasion. I have a taste taster here today who's going to try it for us. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more delicious recipes. Thanks for watching.
Nice and soft. That's a good sign of a good jambu. Nice and sweet too from the syrup. I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Okay. Bye.